All right, guys, so in this video, I want to talk about how you can stay focused, how you can not allow, thoughts, emotions to kind of step inside your head and really affect how you study, because that's really where we lose time and we become so inefficient is, just because you sit at a coffee shop or just because you open your book at home doesn't mean you're studying or really making any progress, towards your ultimate goal, whether that's passing the USMLE or really any exam in general. So here's the strategy that I want to say. This is your take-home point, and I've been thinking about this for a while, but I was having trouble thinking how I can really just articulate it out there for everybody. But I really implemented this myself, and it's really made a big difference, not only with studying, but just in general. We all go through highs and lows. That's just part of life. But when we ruminate about stuff that's happened in our past, or we worry about something in our future because of something we did or did not do, again, time is wasted, and it just doesn't help you. It's, stuff that's out of your control, yet you're wasting time just thinking about it, and it doesn't really serve a purpose. So here's what you do. It's really simple, but it's really effective. So often we wait until we make a decision or make an action, and again, you're like, well, I'm sitting here studying, so I did the right thing. I'm going to say you take that back a step further, because it's what you think. It's how it's allowing the thoughts to come into your head that are negative, that are even not in alignment with what you're trying to accomplish. And for example, say I'm studying at the coffee shop. And then all of a sudden I see someone in the distance and it looks like an X. And all of a sudden now I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about that X. I should be able to stop it right then and there, saying, does this thought, serve me? Does this thought keep me in alignment with my long-term goal, whether that's professionally, personally, and such like that? Me ruminating or thinking about, an X, or what I said or what I didn't say, how it didn't work out, or whatnot, doesn't serve me any purpose in that moment. And it's the ability, and this is your take-home point, guys. It's your ability to say no to that thought, and to say this does not serve me. This thought, this I guess it keeps going back to the thought, but this thought does not serve me, and I can extinguish it. But far too often what happens is we allow that to come in, get in our head. It's like going into someone's house and just tearing the place up. And so I would challenge you to say, if you can get really good at, identifying the thought and extinguish it before it turns into an action. Because again, we're so used to being action based. Well, I showed up and I studied for this time. Yeah, but how much of that time were you spent thinking about something else? And this applies to depression and anxiety as well. I mean, depression is just when you stuff comes in your head, an aspect of depression, I should say, to where you're just worried about what occurred in the past. How you say, well, if I only would have done this, or if I would have only told this person that, how would have my life been different? Or anxiety aspect is, you're thinking about the future, and it's like, well, gosh, I hope this pans out, or I hope this scenario does. But again, none of that serves you in the moment. If your ultimate goal, maybe it's USMLE, maybe it's just to serve the world in with your skill set, create what that is, or really identify what that is, so you can continually to ask yourself, is this thought, coming in my head, does this thought, or is this thought in alignment with my purpose? Because if it's not, I extinguish it. I let it go. And I'm telling you, you can be more efficient, and you can just have a better, it's just gonna pick you up, because you're not gonna dwell on things that are out of your control. Because I can tell you, if you focus on things that are out of your control, it's gonna turn you mad. It's gonna turn you, just into all the criteria for what depression and anxiety are. So challenge yourself. When it comes to USMLE, challenge yourself. Anytime you're studying, set goals. And again, when that thought creeps in, just ask yourself, does this thought, is it in alignment with who I am and who I'm becoming? And if it's not, you get rid of it. So anyways, guys, that's the key. That's the key. It's going to eliminate the procrastination. It's going to eliminate the inefficiency, and I think you'll continue to make gains. And that's what it's all about. It's like, am I better today than I was yesterday? It's all about moving forward. And if you do those little things, I think this can put you in that direction. So I challenge you guys. See if it works.